The world of cinema lost a legend yesterday. Robert Redford, actor, director, and champion of independent film, passed away at 89 in his beloved Sundance, Utah home. His departure leaves a profound void in the hearts of film lovers and artists everywhere, as we say goodbye to a man whose influence stretched far beyond the silver screen. Surrounded by family, Redford's quiet passing marked the end of an era for millions who grew up watching his iconic performances. His loved ones recall his warmth, humility, and the gentle wisdom he shared in his final days, a testament to the character that endeared him to so many. For over 6 decades, Redford embodied the American ideal, rugged, intelligent, and principled. He brought a unique authenticity to every role, captivating audiences with his charisma and depth, whether playing outlaws, dreamers, or visionaries. His career was defined by both commercial success and artistic integrity, from his early TV days to becoming one of Hollywood's most bankable stars. Redford's journey from television newcomer to international icon inspired generations of actors and filmmakers. He was the Sundance Kid, the romantic lead, the thoughtful director. His face graced countless movie posters. Redford's versatility allowed him to seamlessly transition between acting and directing, earning accolades and respect in both arenas. Yet he often retreated from the spotlight, building a legacy in Utah far from Hollywood's glitz. There, he founded the Sundance Institute, nurturing independent voices and creating a haven for creativity and innovation in film. Tributes poured in from film, politics, journalism, and environmental activism, reflecting his wide-reaching impact. Admirers from all walks of life shared stories of how Redford's work and advocacy touched their lives and inspired change. Redford used his fame to champion causes he believed in, especially the environment and nurturing new storytellers. He was a tireless advocate for conservation, and his mentorship helped launch the careers of countless emerging filmmakers. His passing is not just the loss of an actor, but the silencing of a respected voice in American culture. Redford's legacy will continue to inspire, reminding us of the power of art to create change and foster understanding. Robert Redford's life reminds us of film's power to entertain, inspire, and shape our understanding of the world. As we remember his extraordinary journey, we celebrate a man whose vision and passion will echo through generations of storytellers to come. As news of Redford's death spread, headlines flashed across screens and social media buzzed with tributes. The world paused to remember a Hollywood legend whose influence spanned generations. President Donald Trump was quickly approached by reporters, eager to hear his reaction to the passing of such a prominent figure. Trump offered measured praise for Redford's cinematic achievements, describing him as great and reminiscing about the actor's era of box office dominance, when his name alone could fill theaters. He had a series of years where there was nobody better, Trump said, focusing on Redford's undeniable star power and the way he captivated audiences worldwide. The president estimated Redford made 7 or 8 really great movies, though he didn't specify any titles, instead choosing to speak in broad terms about Redford's impact on the film industry. When informed that Redford died peacefully, Trump responded, "That's a good way to go, I guess," acknowledging the actor's passing with a brief, almost philosophical remark. His comments were respectful but notably detached, focusing solely on Redford's entertainment legacy and avoiding any personal anecdotes or emotional reflections. Notably, Trump steered clear of mentioning Redford's well-known political activism or the actor's frequent criticism of his administration, sidestepping any controversy. The president's statement painted Redford as a Hollywood icon, carefully sidestepping their history of political opposition, and focusing instead on his contributions to American cinema. In that moment of public mourning, Trump's words found common ground with millions who cherished Redford's films, regardless of politics. The focus, for a brief time, remained on Redford's enduring cultural impact and the legacy he left behind, rather than his outspoken views or political differences. Trump's focus on Redford's film career was deliberate, given the actor's outspoken criticism of his presidency. Redford, a lifelong Democrat, used his platform to voice deep concerns about Trump's leadership. In a 2019 NBC News op-ed, Redford described the administration's behavior as dictator-like and lamented assaults on truth and democracy. He called for a return to decency and respect for American institutions, his words carrying the weight of a cultural elder. Redford's critiques were rooted in patriotism and a belief in democracy's foundational pillars. He formally endorsed Joe Biden in 2020, framing the election as pivotal for the nation's soul. Given this history, Trump's omission of Redford's activism was a clear choice. By praising only the actor, Trump separated Redford's artistry from his citizenship. The tribute honored the Hollywood legend, not the political critic. Redford's six-decade career left an indelible mark on American cinema. He broke out in 1969's Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, becoming an overnight sensation. The 1970s cemented his status with hits like The Sting and The Way We Were, showcasing his versatility. Redford's roles ranged from romantic leads to complex, principled characters, defining him as the era's leading man. His portrayal of Bob Woodward in All the President's Men merged his star power with political conscience, chronicling the Watergate investigation. Redford's film choices often reflected his independent, principled persona. From Jeremiah Johnson to Out of Africa, his characters were thoughtful and compelling. He became a symbol of American masculinity, self-reliant, intelligent, and deeply connected to the landscape. Redford's filmography is a cultural document, mirroring America's evolving attitudes over half a century. Redford's ambitions soon led him behind the camera, where he became a storyteller in the fullest sense. His directorial debut, Ordinary People, 1980, was a critical and commercial triumph, winning 4 Oscars including Best Director. This success redefined his career, proving his talent extended beyond acting. Redford's films as director, like The Milagro Beanfield War and A River Runs Through It, reflected his personal and political interests. He explored American themes, family, integrity, and the tension between individuals and society. Quiz Show, 1994, tackled media manipulation and institutional corruption, earning another Oscar nomination. Through directing, Redford built a second legacy of thoughtful, beautifully crafted films. His work challenged audiences to think and feel deeply. Redford's most transformative contribution may be the Sundance Institute, founded in 1981 to nurture independent filmmakers. Frustrated by Hollywood's focus on blockbusters, he created a space for unique voices, free from commercial pressures. The Sundance Labs became a haven for creativity, where new filmmakers could experiment and grow. Redford's vision was Radical, a nonprofit dedicated to storytelling diversity. The Sundance Film Festival, born from this vision, grew into the world's most influential independent film festival. Directors like Tarantino and Soderbergh launched their careers at Sundance. The festival democratized filmmaking, proving powerful stories didn't need massive budgets. Sundance championed documentaries, foreign films, and edgy narratives, reshaping the industry. Redford's legacy is not just in his own films, but in the countless voices he empowered. He ensured that new generations of storytellers would always have a platform. Redford was more than a movie star. He was a citizen with a conscience, using his platform for causes he believed in. Throughout his career, he recognized the power of celebrity to bring attention to urgent social and political issues, and he never shied away from speaking out, even when it was unpopular or risky. A dedicated environmentalist, he championed conservation and fought for clean air, water, and wildlands. Redford's passion for the outdoors was deeply personal, rooted in his childhood experiences exploring the American West, which inspired him to protect these landscapes for future generations. His activism was hands-on, from serving as a trustee of the Natural Resources Defense Council to producing films about environmental issues. He used storytelling as a tool for change, believing that film could educate and motivate people to take action. Redford wasn't afraid to challenge powerful interests, seeing environmental protection as a moral imperative. He often spoke out against government policies and corporate practices that threatened the planet, urging others to join him in demanding accountability. He also fiercely supported the arts and free expression, founding Sundance as a stand for artistic independence. Through Sundance, he nurtured new voices and gave a platform to stories that might otherwise go unheard, believing that art could spark dialogue and inspire progress. His belief in a free press was solidified by All the President's Men, viewing journalism as vital to democracy. Redford saw investigative reporting as a safeguard against corruption, and he often spoke about the importance of truth and transparency in public life. Redford's activism transcended partisanship, rooted in integrity and responsibility to the greater good. He worked with people from all backgrounds, believing that unity and open dialogue were essential for meaningful change. He advocated for Native American rights, environmental protection, and democratic norms. Redford consistently used his influence to amplify marginalized voices and support justice for all communities. Redford's legacy is that of an artist and a dedicated, engaged citizen, someone who believed that using one's voice and talents for the public good was not just a choice, but a responsibility. Redford's passing prompted an outpouring of tributes from Hollywood and beyond. Meryl Streep called him one of the lions, while Barbra Streisand remembered his charisma and talent. Jane Fonda praised his ideals, saying he stood for an America worth fighting for. Bob Woodward, whom Redford portrayed, lauded his artistry and positive force. Younger actors like DiCaprio and Johansson credited him for championing independent film and activism. The entertainment industry remembered him as more than a star. He was a mentor, director, and visionary. Each tribute revealed another layer of his complex, respected legacy. Redford was not just admired from afar, he personally touched countless lives. As the final credits roll, Redford's legacy stands as a testament to the power of one individual to shape culture. He'll be remembered as a great movie star, but his story goes far beyond acting. As a director, he explored complex human dramas and moral questions, contributing fundamentally to the art form. The Sundance Institute was his revolutionary act, creating a pathway for thousands of storytellers. Redford's legacy is one of inclusion, innovation, and artistic independence. He blended fame with purpose, using his influence for the greater good. Redford stood for integrity, the power of an independent voice, and the beauty of the American landscape. His true legacy lives on in the artists he inspired, the land he protected, and the enduring idea that a public life can be one of substance and principle.